Okay, so something that I think that is interesting just happened, and I'm going to try and explain it in a way where normal people can appreciate the amount of fuckery that just went down. So, now EVE Online is probably the best game that you should never play. It takes a special type of masochist to truly enjoy it. And I have a bit of experience here because for a little over a year, I managed a corporation of a little over 100 people. And the amount of diplomatic fuckery that you need to do in such a position is such a pain in the arse, right? It's pretty much just kissing up to other people so that they don't come blow up your little tiny corporation. But for time management, let's think of it as a space business game where people of the highest level of that business try to constantly look for new and exciting ways to fuck each other over. So, with that premise out there, let's talk about Judgment Day. You see, Circle of Two is an alliance, really, corporation that used to hunt me down for hours on end back in my newbie days whenever I tried stealth mining in their system. Oh, it was such a fun time, the cat and mouse games as they chased me through their fucking checkpoints. And during those days, I learned that Circle of Two are a corporation of arseholes, right? Fun loving, hard working arseholes, whose leader was epically known for being the king of the dick bags, right? Just a big king dick bag. But his dick bag nature would often lead to interesting times for his corporation. But to be fair, when you're the boss of thousands of people, chances are you're going to be a bit of a dick. It took a bit of dickery to get to the top, and it's going to take a lot more asshole dickery to stay at the top. But with that, the leader of Circle of Two, but with him being a dick, it seemed that a lot of his methods were not appreciated by one of his second in commands because his ways had forced out a lot of good employees of the company. Good people who could have become valuable assets. So, the second in command, Judge, would often butt heads with the leader of Circle of Two, Gig X, over how the corporation was being handled, saying that the corporation can't continue to function under so much fuckery. And of course, over time, during the company barbecues where they would have, some food out and they would play baseball against other large corporations of equally dickishness, well, another corporation just happened to notice that Judge, he wasn't happy with his corporation. And the person who noticed it just happened to be, a member of Goon Swarm. But whereas Circle of Two is a corporation of arseholes, Goon Swarm is a corporation of fucking lunatics. So, the psychopaths over at Goon Swarm decided to whisper sweet nothings in the judge's ear. Things like, ooh, Goon Swarm has the best space hookers and cocaine that your ISK can buy. And they also had the only space swimming pool in the universe, and the judge really did want to try out that space swimming pool, right? So, over months, Goon Swarm would show pictures of the hookers playing in the space swimming pool to the judge in hopes of turning him against his corporation and maybe, just maybe, allow them to fuck over Circle of Two. Because that's what you do in Eve. You try to fuck over the competition. Well, it just so happens that Goon Swarm, they came in at the right time because the judge was sick of taking Gig X's shite, right? So the judge decided to sell off, a few things of the company that he was currently in, of Circle of Two. He decided to sell off a few things. And by some, I mean all of it. He damn near sold the whole freaking company. All the tools, all the assets, hell, even the fucking building that they were living in, he sold it all. And, well, he completely fucked over his own company and left thousands of the people homeless. Take a lesson here, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a very important lesson about how business works. When the people at the top start fighting and arguing for it, it's the little people that are gonna suffer. So thousands of little fuckers went homeless and they couldn't get into their goddamn home. So, now it seems Goon Swarm is in possession of Circle of Two's super house in space, and, well, you might think that, since this is a corporation, that Goon Swarm would, mark their territory and, proclaim their victory and, shit like that, and, put the super house in their territory. Use it in a productive way. Well, see, the problem here is that that will work in a normal sense. But as I stated before, Goon Swarm are a bunch of fucking lunatics who are just as likely to blow it up as they are to use the damn thing. And of course, some people might just say, well, why doesn't Circle of Two just build a new fucking house, right? Well, that's because they can't. They don't have the money. Everything they had was pretty much sold off by, Judge. And even if they could, all their stuff is currently locked inside of their house, which Goon Swarm now owns, which they can't get in. And to make matters even more fun, all of this happened while the leader of Circle of Two was in his little bed taking a nap. Right? So he couldn't do shit about it. So, by the time that he logged in, everything was already fucking gone. He lost everything. So, let me ask you, if you were to wake up one morning and realize that all your cars had been sold off, your house was not yours anymore, and you had practically fucking nothing, how would you feel? So, like the rational, dickish man that he is, GigX hopped online and started to threaten to cut the hands off the judge over live chat. And of course, people recorded it, and GigX was banned from the game. So imagine spending years playing a game, building up your own company, to one day have it all ripped from under you, and then you get banned from the whole fucking game completely. That's beyond losing everything. They literally just took everything away from you and then kicked you out the house. You're homeless now. Good times in EVE Online. Good times. And unlike any other game, in EVE Online, once you get banned, you really can't just come back with a different account and saying, hey, we're going to start over. Because in EVE Online, reputation and time are pretty much the key to any type of success in the game. Most people in high positions in the game have spent years in real life building a reputation to get to that point. There's no change in names and really coming back and starting off where you were before. You live and die and trade by your name. Also, those super buildings that they sold, they take about a month to build. Some ships could take like a month to build. EVE's a game that really does take a lot of time. When you look back and see how much time you spent, you don't want to think that you wasted it anyway. So, yeah, there you are. Anyway, this has been an overly simplified version of a game I happen to play occasionally. I just felt like talking about it. Remember, everyone, EVE Online is the best game that you should never play. Because everyone in that game is an arsehole, including myself. Anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video. I don't really talk about EVE that often, but I felt like I wanted to this time. I'll see you guys soon.
Fly safe for a long time, fly safe for a long time, fly safe for a long time. Sooner or later, Judge will cut you down. Sooner or later, Judge will cut you down. Go tell that pious traitor, go and tell the content creators, tell the badgers, the bees, and the backstabbers, tell them that Judge will cut